Hey guys, Caroline Meeks here with your second chair video, chair yoga, gentle chair yoga. So you'll need a chair, and then if you have a pillow or a blanket, that would be perfect as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. So finding a seat on the chair, if you have shorter legs like me, you can come a little bit closer to the edge of the chair just so your feet are planted. And then with a long spine and soft shoulders, we'll get started. You can close your eyes or have a soft gaze down at the floor. And just begin to bring your awareness inward. Notice any place that you might be carrying tension. Then begin to deepen your breath, filling up the belly. Feel the belly expand with air on the inhale, then the ribs, and then the chest. 3-part breath. Then take a long exhale out the mouth to empty out all the air. Now we're going to take some hand mudras and mantras. So if you've done this with me before, you know what that means. But if you haven't, so a mudra is a gesture with the hands. So for example, thumbs up or peace. And then a mantra is a positive affirmation that you repeat to yourself. And so our mudra is going to be the meditation mudra, dhyana mudra. So you can place the right hand on top of left and the thumbs come together. So this mudra is a meditation mudra, and you might see it, it's a common one that you'll see like the Buddha statues doing. So you can repeat to yourself several times as you continue to take full, long breaths. I am at peace. We're going to rest the hands, taking a full breath here. And then the next mudra is Apana mudra. So we're going to take the thumb to the middle finger and the ring finger. So you have the index and pinky sticking up. And this mudra is grounding. So, or downward force is what it means. So you can repeat to yourself, I am grounded, as you feel the feet grounding into the floor. You can rest the hands, taking a full breath here. One more breath. And keeping the spine long, we'll start to warm up the feet. So we'll take some circles. And reverse the direction of the circle. And we'll take the other foot. Reverse. And then planting the feet, we're going to lift all 10 toes. And then you're going to try and lower pinky toe to big toe, one toe at a time. So pinky, one toe at a time, with your toes fanning out, one toe at a time. And now try to do it without looking, just feeling the toes. One more like that. Then we're going to lift and take a big toe to pinky toe, which I always find a little bit more challenging. And then try not to look. One more. And then planting all of the toes, pressing down with the big toes and the pinky toes, and feeling the arches lift. And then you can release the feet, just letting them find neutral. And then we'll start to warm up the hips and legs a little bit. So we'll open up the leg to the side and bring it back in. The other side, and bring it back in. And you can relax your arms down by the side, whatever's comfortable with the arms. Taking a couple of hip openers here. One more on each side like that. And then we're going to lift, lengthen the leg, bring it back out and in. Same thing on the other side. Try to sit up nice and tall. Should have made sure my feet were nice and clean before I did this. I get for walking in the grass with the dogs. One more on each side. Nice. Now we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and tuck. So try not to take the whole torso back and forth with you, just tucking the pelvis, rolling forward and back, kind of like you're in an 80s workout video. And then adding on, now you can start with the pelvis and then add into a cat-cow, lifting the heart, starting with the pelvis to round it out. Lifting up into the cat-cow, again initiating from the pelvis one vertebra at a time. Pelvis on up. Couple more just like that. Inhaling as you lift, exhale as you round. Inhale to lift up nice and tall. We'll reach the arms up to the sky. Keeping the hips planted, just take a little side bend. Reach the arms up and over to the other side for your tiny side bend. Arms lift and lower. Take some circles with the shoulders. Reverse the direction of your circles. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take a small twist. Inhale, reach up. Twist to the other side. Inhale, arms up. Lower the arms. Circles with the shoulders. Reverse the direction of your circles. Inhale, arms up. This time taking your side bend a little bit further, hips stay planted. Inhale, reach up. up and over to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, release the arms. This time we'll take some slow circles with the head. You can pause where you find tension. Maybe taking a couple breaths there before moving on. One more breath to finish out this direction. On your next inhale, begin to reverse the direction of your circle. One more breath. On the inhale, finding your way back to center. We'll inhale to reach the arms up. Lengthening up and over for your side bend. Reaching up to the other side. Inhale up. Draw the hands together. We'll take the forearms together and take the palms away from each other. Bring the hands together. Open the palms. One more. And then grabbing the front of the hand to pull towards you. And the other hand. And pulling the fingers and palm away. Don't hyperextend the arm. Keep a little bent in the elbow. Release, other side. Then release circles with the wrists. Reverse the direction of your circle. Inhale, lengthen the arms up. We'll take a twist again, maybe twisting a little bit further. Inhale to reach up, other side. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale the hands to heart center. Nice. So we're going to make our way up to standing. And you can't see me very well here, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is find mountain pose. So the feet are going to be in line with the hips. You want to be able to be where you can sit in the chair. I'm going to turn sideways so maybe you can see me a little bit better. So what we're going to do is inhale, reaching the arms up. You're going to exhale, sending the hips down and back like you're sitting in the chair. Inhale, reach up. We'll fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We'll inhale, reaching up. Exhaling the hands to heart center. So we're going to take that a couple times. You can do that with me now. Inhale, reach up. Send the hips down and back for chair. Fold over. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground through the feet to rise. Bring the hands to heart center. This time, keeping your core engaged, we're going to sit the hips back and reach them back up. So you may have to widen your stance a little bit to find yourself going back and lifting up. So you want to try to get yourself as close to finding a seat as possible. So we're going to take 5 more just like that. Engaging your core and your glutes. One more. Nicely done. So, we're going to find ourselves in the seat one more time. So sitting on the edge, we'll cross one ankle over the thigh. You can lengthen your spine as you hinge forward to lengthen out the back of your leg, your glute. Glute muscle, piriformis muscle. Taking a couple full breaths here. Sorry, I'm breathing kind of heavy today. My nose is kind of stopped up. Although in yoga, it's good to hear your breath, especially on the exhale. We'll inhale, lengthen up. We'll release that leg to take the other side. Inhale, lengthen, folding over. Lengthen the spine to reach up and align. We're going to cross the first leg over once again. You're going to interlace the fingers in between the toes. And we're going to just, you can hold on to the foot as you take some circles with the toes. And reverse the direction of your circle. And then you can start to add the foot into the circle. Reverse the direction of your circle. Using your hand, you can gently press down on the top of your foot. And release. You can use your opposite hand to gently pull back on the ball of the foot and the toe. I have a little bit of an issue in that toe, so I'm not going to pull back on the toe, but the ball of the foot. Lengthening out the arch. And release. So you can take claw hands and we'll do a little twist with the foot for a little massage, so back and forth. One of my other videos we did this, and I love how YouTube takes like a screenshot of part of the practice, and so the picture of the practice is the claws. People are probably like, what in the world? So kind of massaging out the arch. And then we're going to switch sides. Interlacing the fingers between the toes. starting with just the toes, taking your circles. Reverse the direction of your circle. Take it with the whole foot. Reverse the direction of your circle. And using your hand, we're going to press down, lengthening out the top of the foot and ankle. Release, hand to the ball of the foot, opposite hand, gently pulling back of the toes and the top of the foot, lengthening out the arch. Claw hands for your little massage. Should go this way. I haven't been massaging very much with not at all, for a little bit now with the coronavirus. I'm massaging my husband, so I guess that counts. But I'm already losing my techniques. This will be the longest I've ever massaged. It's crazy. And release. Shake out the hands. And we'll come to stand. And we'll take the chair to the side. I'm going to just use the chair for balance. So I want you to try to just use 2 fingers, peace fingers, to try and balance here. And this chair is really high. I'm used to using a different chair, so it's kind of weird. So we're going to start in mountain pose. And we're going to start just grounding through the feet. You can close your eyes for a minute. Finding the lengthening in the spine. And then step a little away. So you're going to take your foot into tree pose. So you can have a little kickstand here. You can have a foot on the calf or above the knee. Not right on the knee because you don't want it on the knee joint. So try the peace fingers. Keep the core engaged and have drishti, or a focal point, right out in front of you that you can focus your eyes on. We'll take a couple full breaths here. Your balance starts to feel pretty steady here. You can bring the hands to prayer. You can bring your hand back to the chair. So we're going to bring the leg to parallel and we're going to reach it out nice and long. And hold here. Bend the leg back and take it back to tree pose. Turn it to parallel, reach it out long, bring it, bend the leg, turn it out. One more just like that. Balancing here for another full breath in tree. Nice job bringing it to mountain pose. You can shake it out. And you can take the chair to the other side, or you can turn it around if you feel like you got this without looking at me. So, peace fingers to the chair, grounding through both feet for a moment. You might close your eyes. Full breath here. So, taking the foot to tree, kickstand, calf, or above the knee. Finding that focal point, long spine, pressing down with the foot. Your balance feels good here. You can scratch your nails. Just kidding. And you can bring the palms of the hands together for prayer. Hands to heart center. I'm not used to balancing on carpet. It's good for my brain. One more breath like this. Bringing the hand back to chair. Turn the leg to parallel. Reach it out long. Bend it. Turn it to tree. Turn it in. Reach it out long. Bend the leg. Turn to tree. One more. Pausing in tree for another full breath. Planting the foot. You can shake it out. And then, I'm going to bring the chair over here so I can have it for when we put the legs up it. So, facing the chair, we're going to bring the feet back to mountain pose. We're going to inhale, reaching the arms up, and then taking a long spine for a forward fold. You might have to adjust where the feet are at. You can use the back of the chair to fold, keeping a slight bend in the knees so you're not hyperextending. Taking a few full breaths here. And if you start to feel like you could go a little more, you might bring your forearms to the seat. Two more full breaths here. On the inhale, we're going to lengthen the spine about halfway back up. And then reach all the way up. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Then we're going to come down to a seat. And finding your sit bones, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees apart for bound angle. If this is too intense, you can always slide something under the knees. If you have blocks available, or pillows, that would work well too. You might have to adjust where the chair is. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up, and then take a forward fold. Just going as far as you start to feel the hips opening and softening. start to feel like you can move a little deeper, you can press the chair a little bit away from you and reach a little bit further. On an inhale, we'll lengthen on up. So we're going to bring your side right up against the chair. You can have that pillow or blanket underneath for your head. Bringing your side up against the chair so you can swing the legs on up and into the chair. Bringing the pillow underneath your head. This chair is kind of awkward for this, but it'll do. So just allowing your whole body to be heavy here. We'll take a few full breaths. Again, feeling the belly expand on the inhale, the ribs, and then the chest. Maybe even placing your hands on the belly. And then you can take a long exhale out the mouth. And like we did earlier when we were sitting, we're going to do some micro movements with the hips, with the pelvis. So on an inhale, you'll tilt the pelvis forward. So you're creating a little curve in the lower back. On an exhale, you'll tuck, so shortening the front. Inhale, tilt it forward. Exhale, tuck. Continuing that on your own. This is a great way to help release the lower back. And the next time you tuck, you're going to press into the legs to lift the hips up slightly. You're going to slowly lower and then tilt the pelvis forward. Creating the curve in the lower back, your chin kind of tucks as you lengthen the back of the neck. Again, tuck the pelvis as you lift a little bit and lower. Tilt the pelvis forward. We'll take 2 more just like that. After the last one, just take a moment here to release. And then we're going to hug the right knee in. cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You're going to draw the legs towards you. You can open the arms out to a T. Keeping your right shoulder planted, we're going to take the legs over to the left. Take a couple full breaths here just like this. And then you can keep your legs like this, or you can turn the right leg down and use your left hand to gently pull the right leg down towards the ground to add a little more. Next breath, slowly bring the legs back to center, planting them on the chair. We'll take a couple full breaths here. And we'll draw that left leg in. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And then bring the legs in a little bit, taking the arms out to a T. The left shoulder stays planted as you cross the legs over to the right. You might bring the right hand to the outside of the left leg to gently pull down. Slowly bring the legs back to center. And you can take any poses, postures, or wiggles you would like to take. I'm going to move back a little bit. This chair's funky. So if there's anything you want to take before we move into Shavasana or final relaxation for a couple minutes. So maybe taking Happy Baby, anything that feels good to you. And then if just finding the most comfortable pose or posture for your final relaxation. So you can use a chair for your legs. You can reach the legs out long on the mat. You can put a pillow or blanket underneath the legs. Once you find where you are nice and comfortable, you can take full inhales and long, complete exhales here, allowing your whole body to be heavy. Maybe inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6. Taking one more full breath here. We'll slowly begin to invite movement in that feels good, maybe wiggling the fingers, toes, ankles, wrists. You can inhale the arms up and overhead. And exhaling the knees into heart center. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. Until you find your way all the way to one side. We'll take a full breath here on this side. And then we'll slowly sit up. And finding a comfortable seat. We'll take a final breath here together, inhaling the arms up and overhead, exhaling the hands to heart center. Thank you so much for practicing today. I hope you feel more relaxed and at peace and grounded. And thank you again. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.